once again, this is the second part of section 1.3. So first of all, it says solve each equation or formula for the specified variable. So instead of actually solving an equation and getting a number, we're now going to solve a variable for, we're actually going to solve the equation for the variable. There we go. So let's go ahead and look at this first one. It says 8r minus 5q equals 3. And so we want to solve this for q. And so what I need to do is get q all by itself. So to get q all by itself, the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 8r. I'm going to get rid of the 8r and move that to the right side. So now if I take 8r and I subtract 8r, I'm left with 0. And then I'm also left with a negative 5q. On the right side, you can't combine those two since they aren't like terms. So we leave it as 3 minus 8r. Now what we need to do is get rid of the negative 5. So how do I get rid of the negative 5? Divide by negative 5. On the left side, those cancel. The 5's do. It leaves me with q. On the right side, I have 3 minus 8r. Now, do I let you have a negative in the denominator? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change that to a positive and change each of those to their opposite. So it should be negative 3 plus 8r, all divided by 5. And that is going to be your final answer. All right, we're going to look at a couple more of these. So let's, oops, skipped it. Let's go, there we go. Let's go to this one. PV equals nRT. PV equals nRT. And we want to solve that for n. So I want to get n all by itself. So does anybody have an idea? Yeah. I'm going to divide by r and t. Divide this side by r and t. So on the left side, I have PV over RT. On the right side, if you look, my r's cancel and my t's cancel, and it leaves me with n. N is my final answer. Okay. Let's look at another example. It says the formula for the surface area S of a cylinder is S equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh, where r is the radius of the base and h is the height of the cylinder. Solve the formula for h. So this is basically the exact same thing we looked at. Here is my equation, and I'm going to solve this for h. So if you're taking down notes, you don't need to write this whole paragraph. All you would have to do is write this very last line. S equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. And I want to solve that for h. So I want to get this all by itself. So in order to get that all by itself, what should I do first? I don't know if I would do that first. I'm going to subtract 2 pi r squared. So this is going to be real similar to the very first problem we looked at today. And on the left side, I've got S minus 2 pi r squared. On the right side, what do you have? 2 pi rh. Now remember, our goal is to get the h all alone. So what are you going to do? Divide by 2 pi r. So I'm going to come over here and divide by 2 pi r. So what ends up happening is I'm left with S minus 2 pi r squared divided by 2 pi r. And that equals, notice you cancel those, h. Now can you cancel out your 2 pi r? No, because S does not have a 2 pi r. So let's go ahead and look at the next example. If 6x minus 12 equals 18, what is the value of 6x plus 5? If 6x minus 12 equals 18, what is the value of 6x plus 5? So ideas as to what I need to do here.
Solve for x on the first one.
Solve for x on the first one.
And plug it into the second.
Once we get our answer, we're going to plug it into the 6x plus 5. So to solve 6x minus 12 equals 18, I'm going to add 12 to both sides. And I get 6x to equal 30. What do you do now? Divide by 6. So x equals 5. Now what I need to do is once I get that 5, I need to take that and I need to plug it in over here. So I get 6 times 5 plus 5. What value does that give me? 35. Good job. Questions? We got one more to go. Same problem. If y over 5 plus 8 equals 7, what is the value of y over 5 minus 2? Now there's two ways to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do it the first way. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. And so I get y over 5 to equal negative 1. Now I'm going to stop right there. I know some of you are probably multiplying by 5. Okay. I see I've got y over 5 is negative 1. I'm going to come plug that over here for y over 5. So really I get negative 1 minus 2. So my answer is negative 3. That's one way. And you could have done that on the problem before as well because it was for 6x. If you don't like that, which some of you might not, what you can do here is go from this step, y over 5 equals negative 1. And what you could do then is multiply both sides by 5, and you would get y to equal negative 5. Once you get that negative 5, you could plug it in up here. Same thing. You could plug it right in here for y. So you would get negative 5 over 5 minus 2. So negative 5 divided by 5 we know is negative 1. Minus 2 gives me negative 3, which is exactly what I got. So the one way is a little bit shorter. You don't have to do as many steps. But if you don't understand it as well, do it the second way that I showed you. Okay. Questions? So this is what I need you to do. This is not a separate assignment. You need to attach this onto, okay, your assignment from yesterday. So add this onto the end of your assignment from yesterday. Page 23, 45 through 50, and page 26, 1 through 18. Now both of those two assignments are due tomorrow at the start of class.